to this home.
This home, not
This
our home?
home. This is our home.
And this is...
Hey,
Oh.
say who I am.
All right.
I'm Princess.
And I'm the Goob, and this is
Gulps'N'Games.
Games, the weekly show where we try out different drinks, give our opinions and some background on them, and then we play a game, let you know, give a little how-to on it. As we announced last week, this week is still St. Julians. So this one's a little different. They are not our sponsor. We paid for everything ourselves. They did not ask us to do this, but I wanted to announce it. What we did, they have this special pack going on. They have a white wine, a red wine, and a mixed wine assortments that you can buy. And they give you 6 bottles of wine. Obviously we have 3 here because it's our video with 3. And then you get the 2 glasses, and you get a little bottle opener with their logo on it. And then you also get a sheet with a description of all the wines, so you can go through and taste and put your notes on it as you taste them. And then they also give you a little way of how to taste them, which we'll give you, since we don't have sort of gave background on them last time, we'll talk about how you taste wine. And it also came with a little video to walk through it. I'll include that down in the description for you if you're curious. Obviously, each one, they did a video for each line of wines. We got the mixed pack, so our video would be different than if you just got the white or just got the red.
Question though, was this only a COVID-19 pack? Like, you could still get it once lockdown is done?
From what I understand, this is something that they've always offered. They specifically designed this for the COVID-19 thing. But from what I understand, it's always offered that you can do.
Okay.
You can do this sort of thing. Like the videos, obviously, she recorded them and she talks about being on lockdown in the videos, so that was different. Usually you taste them in the store, and usually you only get a sampling and not a whole bottle. This was $79 with all the taxes and everything, which to me is a really good deal. For 6 bottles of wine, 2 glasses, and a bottle opener, and everything else that came with. So I'll put this back down. So they call these the 5 S's for tasting wine. The first S is see, so you just look at the color. This wine is called, it says it's Mountain Road Winery. I thought it was from St. Julians. Maybe St. Julians owns Mountain Road Winery. It's a 2018 Riesling. Bursting with lively aromas of ripe peaches, tropical fruits, and grassy notes. So that's going to be the second and third S. The second S is you swirl, because what swirling does, and she explains it more in her video, it brings it up on the edges and it opens up the aroma and makes it more aroma packed. So then you smell, which is your third S. She's going to say, it smells like wine.
It does.
I can smell grass. I smell the grassiness. Like, close your eyes and imagine a freshly mowed lawn.
All white wines. That's what it smells like.
Then the 4th S is sip, and the 5th S is savor, because you're supposed to, you take the sip and you smack it around your tongue. You don't just swallow it as soon as you take it.
Yeah, I don't like any kind of Riesling. Not saying this particular one, just all of them. Don't like any of them.
It's good. I probably wouldn't buy it if it didn't come with a kit.
I don't really have room over here. Can I just leave it at the table?
Next, I'll let her read it.
Oh, didn't know it was my turn. Alright. Right now we have the Moscato. Delicious Moscato-like characters. It tastes an awful lot like that if you ask me. The exotic fruit aromas and crisp acidity are complemented by a hint of sweetness, which creates the perfect framework for a delicious wine. Flavors of mango, pineapple, and lemon zest dance through a satisfying finish. Sounds good. Let's give it a try.
So in the video, she talks about she is the winemaker.
I don't know who she was. Her name is Nancy, though.
Yeah, but I don't remember what she was a winemaker.
I
I don't know what brewmaster is if you brew beer. I don't remember if there's a term like that for wine master. But she said that legally it's not a Moscato, so they couldn't call it a Moscato.
It doesn't have all the qualities of Moscato.
Yeah, like a wine has to meet certain parameters to be considered a certain thing. And but it's a Michigan wine, so they went with Moscato. So Michigan Moscato. Now you notice all of them are open. We did go through and watch the video and drink them and taste them.
We couldn't wait to make the video.
Well, we also wanted to learn more about them ourselves too, so we weren't doing it for the first time.
You have to see it, smell
Swirl it.
Oh, you swirl it first? Ooh.
Yeah. Now you can smell it before you swirl it, and then swirl it and smell it, and you're supposed to be able to notice a difference. Is it like opens it up when you swirl it?
Mm-hmm. I personally think this is better than a Moscato.
It's good. It's really sweet. I like sweet wines.
Better than Riesling. Actually way better. And it's better than normal Moscato. I don't name any specific brands, but all the Moscatos I've ever had, this is like, it's not a Moscato, but it's better.
And then we have a red for our final wine. This one is called the Reserve Red. It is a creamy mocha, spice, and earthy aromas are dense and deep. Dry yet fruity, full body and ripe plum, black cherries, and black raspberry flavors. With a long, juicy, and balanced tannin fade. We only have 2 St. Julian's glasses, so these ones are Frankenmuth Fun Ships. I thought it's still Frankenmuth.
Yeah, it is. They have their own wines at the Frankenmuth Fun Ship. Maybe we should have a series of that too one time.
It's a lot of fun. You get to go on a boat and you try wines and give you chocolate with each of the pieces.
They have chocolate there too.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I think I forgot to do that in between the other ones.
I wasn't too worried between the 2 white wines, but going from a white to a red, you're supposed to start with whites and end with reds when you're doing tastings.
Come on, this is what, our 7th video?
I did it.
So this is my thing. Are we gonna do shout out birthdays while we drink this one?
Do we have birthdays this week?
I'm looking at the calendar right. I think it's gonna be Toby's birthday.
His birthday's in June.
And this is going out on May 29th.
Yeah, his is June 5th. 2, 3, 4. We'll be doing a video on his birthday.
Oh, we'll wait till then to do your birthday cheers, Toby.
My nephew said he has watched a couple of our videos. I think he watches all of them because he's nice like that. Thank you, Toby.
I think my dad watches them. And then I force my sister to watch them. Thank you, Joelle.
Well, no, thank you if you're being forced. Start watching without being forced.
She doesn't complain.
We'll never babysit your baby again if you don't start watching them.
And when did you babysit Levi?
Well, once he knows how to wipe his butt off.
Oh, okay. Let's try it. Let's do what we gotta do.
Swirl it. Smell it.
Oh, smell. Ooh, it smells good.
Is this the one that smelled like popcorn last night?
No, that's next week's.
Okay, and then cheers.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. It tastes better tonight than it did last night. I don't know why.
A lot of times they say you open a bottle of wine and then don't drink it that night to let it breathe.
Oh. Well, I do have to admit then that on the second night it tastes better.
It's not as dry.
Still not as good as some other red dry wines.
I like dry wines, but I'm not a huge fan. I like sweet, and you don't really find sweet and dry together, but I don't hate it.
Okay, we're probably ready to move on. Yep, to our game.
Okay, we got a big one for you guys tonight. Ticket to Ride. This is a fun game. She likes it more than I do. She got addicted to it after she played it for the first time.
It's a fun game.
So we're going to go ahead and get set up and we'll be right back. All right, well, thanks for waiting for us to get set up. We did actually set up and started recording, but it cut off at some point. So I do apologize for that. We already have a little bit going, so we'll just give the directions from this point and play a couple rounds. So you have everyone starts off with 4 cards. You get 4 of the train cards.
Yep.
They look like this on the back. It's a little engine, and then the front is one of the trains. Each one's got a different color to it. You have these tracks on the board. They're all color coordinated. There are gray ones that you can use any color, but they have to still be 3 of the same color, 2 of the same color. But like this one is 6 green. You have to use 6 of the green trains on there. You start your draw line out with 5 cards in it. So on each turn, you can either pick up 2 of the cards, or you can pick up the gold train. So you have these little gold ones. That's a wild train. You can use it for any color train. But if you pick it up from this home row right here, that counts as both of your pickups. You can only pick up that one. If you can also draw instead of taking. So if I don't want green or pink and I don't want to use both my turns, I could draw and hopefully get what I want. If I draw a gold train, that does not count as both my things because no one saw it. I didn't know it was going to be gold. So you start off with these tickets, and it tells you 2 different locations, and then you want to build from that one location to the next one in order to get your points. So each time you lay track, you go from the one point to the next point, and that's how you get points. They show it on here. Like this one's worth 7 points. So at the end, I'll get an extra 7 points. Also, when you lay track, like I have 3 right here. This is a 3 line. It shows you down here, you get 4 points for every track of 3 in length. So on the side over here, you have your little tokens, and you move it over as you lay track. That way you keep track of your score. Like she's already missed 2 of hers. She had that one for 2 points and that one for 1 point, so that's 3 points.
Yep.
So that way,
I always forget.
Yeah, that way at the end, it's a little easier to count up points. You don't have to go through all of those. You also have the longest track. So if you've already built to all the places you want to build to and you don't want to draw any more ticket cards, you can just keep extending the length of your track. Like right now I have this one, what's that? 11, so that's 11 long. I could just keep going all the way across the United States and get the longest track I can. So that way I can get this extra 10 points at the end. So let's go ahead and play a couple rounds then.
It was your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will take the green card. When you draw a card, I could take just 2 green ones, but I might want something else, and I just took green because they didn't have the color I wanted. So now she flipped that one over, and I'm just going to take another green card. Because that could have been one that I wanted, but it wasn't.
laying it on a spot that has 2 gray tracks next to it. However, when you're only playing with 2 people, you can only use one of those tracks. If you're playing with 2 or more people, you can use both tracks.
But if you are playing with 2 or more people, while you can use both tracks, only one person can lay on one of those tracks. So she couldn't then play another card and put both of her trains next to each other, blocking anyone from going from Dallas to Houston. Like, that's just, you just can't do that. It's not nice.
You, like, if there was more people here, you could play that.
Yeah, I could.
Oh,
I could. I'm saying you can't.
Right.
I could play my train right next to hers, but she couldn't play 2 yellow trains on the same, because it's just, that's just not how you do it. So I'm gonna take green. I'm gonna take green. Flip one.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take this wild. Did we explain about the
Yeah.
wilds? Okay. Your turn then.
You just placed 1, right? And you didn't go up 1.
Right.
I'm gonna play my 4 green cards that you saw me pick up and lay track. Now I get 7 points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, and then we track 4 of them down. Maybe we should move this closer to us. I still can't reach way up there. There, crash. My trains crash. Till Nate saved them.
I'm gonna draw a card, and I'm gonna draw a card.
What do I got going on? Take this. Wait. Should we tell them we're gonna come back and
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish playing, and we'll come back and we'll show you how to count up points at the end. We're not done yet, but we thought of a couple more things that we forgot to mention, so we thought we would pull it back up and mention those real quick. So you want to tell them?
This wild card, if you get 3 of them here for people to draw from, you have to pick up all 5 cards and discard them and lay all new 5 ones down, because you're not supposed to have 3 wild cards out at the same time. So, and the other part was when we run out of mission cards.
If you finish all of your ticket, your mission card, you can draw 3 more, and you have to keep at least 1 of those, right? Or is it still 2?
Yeah, you have to at least keep 1.
Okay, so you get to look at all 3 and decide if you want to play them. So at that point, like I said, with the 10 points, I can finish my 3 I have and not do any more and just go for that longest train if I think I have enough points that way. And you can even just spend your trains blocking pathways to the other players. Or if you get blocked too much and you can't get to your areas, that's another way just to try to mess with the game. But you get to draw 3 more cards, and then picking those is your turn. So the next person can go, they can continue the round while you look over those, and then when it gets back to you, it'll be your turn again, because drawing those was your turn. You only lose
And
one.
how do you know when the game's done? You play until someone has at least 2 or 1 trains left, and then everyone else gets 1 more turn after that.
Yep. And again, you do get points for placing trains. So if you have 2 trains left, there's a lot of spots in here that are only 2 trains. You could just play those just for the points.
Did you move me for that?
I did.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right, we'll be back. All right, welcome back. We finished our game, so we'll go ahead and show you how to count up your points. So first, you count up your train tracks, so you see who has the longest train to get those extra 10 points.
And we've already counted ours, and we know that
I'm 32 and she's 33.
Yep.
So why don't you go ahead and move yourself 10.
Oh, that's
No, I got it.
great. Hey, I didn't lots of yard work this weekend. I'm
So
tired.
then you take your tracks. I did not get this one. I thought I did, but I mislooked at where I was. So then I have Helena to Los Angeles, which is 8.
Where were you?
67. Chicago to New Orleans, which is 7. And Calgary to Phoenix, which is 13. And then she does the same thing.
I have Denver to El Paso.
Yep, which is 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kansas City to Houston, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New York to Atlanta, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where was I?
I don't know.
I keep on missing.
This
the
was
corner one.
4.
Oh, okay, 4 right here.
Yep.
And then I have Montreal to Atlanta, which is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Winnipeg to Little Rock, which is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then Winnipeg to Houston, which is 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so she has 104 and I have 95. So she won.
Yep.
And that's how you play.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. As always, if you have any games you'd like to see us play, please leave them down in the comments. Any suggestions for drinks that you'd like to see us make or buy and try, please leave them down in the comments. Please like and subscribe and share. If you haven't already subscribed, please do to help us grow the channel. And we hope to see you next week.
Cheers.
Hi.
Bam.